And Campbell's Soup, you ain't even got to worry about me going down the aisle that y'all own in the supermarket no more. Huh? And Campbell's Soup, you ain't got to worry about me going down the aisle y'all own in the supermarket. Huh? Campbell's Soup exec caught saying some very, very disrespectful things. Campbell's Soup for poor people. He don't even buy it because it's 3D printed meat.
And on another note, fuck Campbell's Soup. Here's the thing, if they say that and they putting like 3D printer food, 3D printer meats in their shit, stop that.
Guess what I found in my cabinets? Campbell's. Campbell's. Last but not least.
Hey, in case you missed it, if you buy Campbell's Soup, you're poor. Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and it's not me saying it, okay? It's the VP of Campbell's. He said that they make shit for poor people, okay? That's who buys their product, is poor people. I wasn't aware of that. Now I am. I wanted to make sure that you're aware of that, okay?
If you do eat Campbell soup, chicken soup, and whatever, I'm told it's a big thing in the US. By the end of this video, you probably will rethink doing that, because the VP of this very big, huge corporation was recorded without his knowledge, talking about how whoever buys this is a poor person. You're all poor. Just in case you have it in your house. That's exactly how he thinks about you. But not just that, that their products are bioengineered. And that's what you've been feeding your babies, you. And as a result, with the so many videos that I've come across from TikTok, a lot of people are already trashing and throwing cans and cans. Some others are like, we've never eaten this. Other people are already exposing information that is on these tins, that literally they put this stuff in front of your face. You just didn't read. However, people from different sides of the world are saying, especially those that I've seen in Canada in comment section, they are saying, ours don't have this. They actually don't indicate this. What does this have to say about the US? I think I want us to look at the reactions of the Americans that are literally trashing this, and they're like, it's over for you. We'll be back to talk about it. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share. I'll be back with more.
Products barely anymore. So healthy. Now that in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
Oh, hey, Martin, when Campbell's Soup said just add hot water, I don't think this is what they meant. So the recording that you just heard was allegedly made by this guy, Martin Valley, who is the Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer at Campbell's Soup. He was also allegedly caught saying things like Campbell's Soup is for poor people, and then making racist and disparaging remarks against Indian employees. Like, this is Campbell's Soup. Campbell's Soup is supposed to be one of those like wholesome American companies, something that you buy, you know, when your kids are at home sick. But instead, one of their executives is caught allegedly talking shit about the products, talking shit about customers, talking shit about the employees. Comfort food, not so much, I guess. And the reason we know any of this information is because of this guy, Robert Garza, who said that he was having a meeting with this guy, and he went on this like hour-long rant about how shit company is and how he hates basically their customers and their employees. So he reports it. He says, hey, you know, this is happening with this guy, you know, Martin Valley. And like 3 weeks later, he gets fired with no write-ups, no nothing. They're just like, yeah, you gotta go. He's like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna file a lawsuit. And that's exactly what he did. And granted, this guy is in securities. He's not in like, you know, recipe development or like food science or anything like that. But I don't know, for me, if an executive is speaking this way about the company they work for, it makes me very wary. It makes me very cautious and rethink, you know, possibly buying products made by the company. But I guess we'll see how the lawsuit and, you know, the investigation goes.
And Campbell's Soup, you ain't even got to worry about me going down the aisle that y'all own in the supermarket no more. Huh? And Campbell's Soup, you ain't got to worry about me going down the aisle y'all own in the supermarket. Huh? Campbell's Soup exec caught saying some very, very disrespectful things. Campbell soup for poor people. He don't even buy it because it's 3D printed meat. He don't know where the meat coming from. It's genetically, all this stuff, okay? Now, the person who recorded it used to work at the company, right? Now, when the person recorded and he found out about it, they don't say, that's not true. They don't say, oh my God, that's false information. They say, we gonna put out a lawsuit because I was being recorded without knowing or not to my knowledge. Is this the truth here? Is this what we're doing? Campbell Soup, listen. Y'all can come out and say all y'all got to say, but you only got to tell me one time. One time and one time only. That y'all shit ain't right. Huh? Listen, y'all right in that same place of the supermarket as Kool-Aid for me. I ain't going down there. I don't do that no more. Okay, that was back in the day. A nigga get a sniffle around here, go drink some ginger tea. You'll be all right. We'll figure it out. Fluids, okay? I'm just here to bring y'all the news, but apparently this situation with Campbell's, they not denying it. But whether it's the truth or not, that's up to you to understand. You tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm just a messenger.
So the CEO of Campbell's Food admitted that his food was fake. So we've been feeding our children these little Campbell soups, these little Campbell snacks, these little Campbell canned foods, and it's fake. We already been knowing a lot of food being fake, but the way that he expressed how fake and how he would never eat it and how Campbell's food is for poor people, man, why is that even in our grocery stores? We need to go to our grocery stores and tell our local grocery stores to take every Campbell product off the shelf. We don't need that bullshit in our community. We don't need that shit in our bodies. These people don't give a damn when it comes to the people down here. Just like the dude at Kellogg's talking about we can have cereal for dinner. Poor people. These people are so insensitive to the way that life is down here at the bottom. And the CEO said out of his own mouth, so do not violate me, TikTok. The CEO said out of his own mouth that the food was 3D printed. Again, I ask, why is this shit even on our shelves? I suggest we go from store to store and just throw all that in the trash. Tell your local grocery store we don't want that shit on our shelves, especially in our neighborhoods. If you got Campbell's in your cabinet right now, throw that shit away. This is why we have so much illness. This is why we have so much sickness. This is why we have so many health problems, starting at a young age. We feed our kids this bullshit that these high corporate motherfuckers would not eat. They're telling us this is what's good for our kids. They're telling us this is what's good for our kids. And they get it and they charge us a low price so that we go out there and grab it because we living on a budget. And then we feed this shit to our kids, and our kids end up with health problems for the rest of their life. Get that shit out your cabinet right now. Do not serve that shit to no, that shit ain't even good for a dog. No Campbell's products. All Campbell's products. Go look at your cabinet right now and throw all that shit away. Matter of fact, make a video of you throwing that away. They will appreciate. Let's start the trend. Oh, that's what I found in my cabinets. Campbell's. Fuck Campbell's. Fuck Campbell's. Last but not least, Campbell's. Goodbye. So yeah, no more Campbell's, no more Campbell's. The owner told you it's fake food.
And on another note, fuck Campbell soup. Here's the thing. If they say that and they put in like 3D printer food, 3D printer meats in their stop that. Somebody made a good point too about McDonald's and all these goddamn meat chains, these hamburger chains. You producing a whole lot of hamburgers. What does that meat look like? Now that I know that they are 3D printing meat, chicken and shit, fuck that. Say less. Stop going. Keep your money in your pocket. If you have to eat apples and oranges, wash them bits. But if you have to eat that shit till you figure it out, stop eating these processed foods. Because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about us. I'm so sick of this shit, and I'm glad it's all being exposed. If you are 3D printing chicken, you can have all that shit. They don't give a fuck about us. Don't tell them what else is in that. The preservatives, all this stuff. Look, honey, look, this is a time. Let me just add a little something. This is a time while we shutting down, like while we ain't doing shit from November 25th to December 2nd, take that time and do a couple of things. Be still. Eat basic shit. Explore some shit. Learn some shit. And download them Epstein files and see all them motherfuckers in there too. But with this food, tell me you don't give a fuck about me without telling me you don't give a fuck about me if you 3D printing chicken and beef. I don't do processed foods. Very minimum. I eat some, but now it's like, we have to stop. Because they don't care. I promise you, I think they trying to make it so that we not breathing. Because this here, I'm like, I don't even know how to make cream of mushroom soup, but I'm going to figure that out, how to make that from scratch. Fuck 'em. Who are you to think that 3D printed chicken is okay with me? Take this time to slow down and really think about what's going on around us. Let's be still. Go inside of yourself. What does your soul say? And that's where I am. I'm just slowing down, because that was the most disappointing news that I had in a long time. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when you think about these companies that are staples in our life, and then it's exposed that they doing shit that's really going to fuck us up, what does that even look like? 3D printed chicken. What does that even look like? That sound like it's going to cause cancer, and we ain't going to find out about it for another fucking 30 years. They don't give a fuck about us. I am boycotting every motherfucking thing. I'm exhausted by the disrespect, and they monetizing this. And this is the street that I'm walking down from now on, because it's got to make sense. And none of it makes sense. 3D printed chicken. Make sure you buy chicken with the motherfucking bones in them. Because this shit here and all these major chains, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, I'm going to say something that's going to sound racist, and I don't mean it this way. But I have gone to some Chinese restaurants, some local Chinese restaurant. And you get someone a chicken and it don't chew right, trust that. I don't know what that is. I don't care what it is, but I'm not going to put it in my body. It's the same thing here. When one of the executives at Campbell Soup saying he don't eat that, I don't eat it either. My family deserves a bit, not to mention the preservatives and all the shit that's in these processed foods. Like, we have to know if it's so many ingredients in it that we don't understand. I don't know what this shit is. The ingredient list is like this, and it's all like chemicals. No, boo. We ain't doing this. We can't keep doing this. We have to do better by ourselves. Get those books that show you how to heal yourself without medicine, like the herbs, like, you know, like old people used to have this thing with the jars with the garlic and the herb and the garlics and the onions, and then had like the honey in it, things like that. Look, we have to go backwards. We have to go that we have to go back to, like, to nature, natural healing, because between these folk and fuck that's making our food in this healthcare industry, we are getting. And I'm trying to live long. My goal, I've always said, I'm going to live to be 100 years old. I don't know why my phone keep doing this thing. But look, my goal has always been I'm going to live to be 100. Shit. I'm relatively healthy. I don't eat a lot of processed food. Potato chips is my downfall, though. I don't eat a lot of processed food. Besides that, and potato chips are probably one of the most processed foods out here on the market. But we have to be more mindful in the season. While we shutting down, learn something, read something. Don't just be still. Don't spend your money, but also learn something in this season. Expose yourself to something, learn something, and share it. All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, he didn't lie. It said contains bioengineered food ingredients. The ingredients from canola, corn, and soy in this product come from genetically modified crops.
Go ahead and take that Campbell's soup off the Thanksgiving table, because right now there's a leaked audio of Campbell's VP stating that Campbell's, 1, is for poor people, and 2, Campbell's may or may not contain bioengineered meat. Now, in the leaked audio, those were the VP's words, not me. Okay? He also goes on to state that he's not eating that, he's barely buying any of it because it's unhealthy. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that one. But you're telling me the Campbell's soup that only give you 2 cubes of chicken is bioengineered meat, and they still holding out? I never really had Campbell's soup a lot, but I would see it, and I always said, hey man, maybe I can get some Campbell's soup. But now, forgive me, I will not be having any Campbell's soup. So when you go over to grandma, auntie, whoever, cousin, uncle, make sure you tell them, hey, take that Campbell's soup off the Thanksgiving table. In fact, why would your family be using Campbell's soup for the Thanksgiving dinner? That's crazy that leak audio came out of the VP saying that.
Campbell soup, count your days. That's right. Oh, yes. Count your damn days. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I want y'all to hear what the VP of Campbell's actually said about their own product. As this gentleman was getting ready to say, if the vice president of the company that is making billions of dollars off of your hard-earned dollars at the grocery store, where you are making things like your green bean casserole or you're making chicken noodle soup because you're sick and that's the tradition, why would anybody else want to eat it? So, of course, I went in my own pantry to see if I had any canned soup products. And it just so happened I do not. And I won't be buying any more. Campbell's, count your damn days. So your own VP, hold up. Let's dig into how this happened. Okay, so this is how it happened, y'all. A former cybersecurity analyst for the company, Robert Garza, recorded a meeting in November of 2024 with Martin Bally, who is identified as Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer at Campbell. The recording, according to Garza and media reports, alleges that Bally made disparaging remarks about the company's food, highly processed food for poor people. Yeah, and about Indian employees, calling them idiots or saying they couldn't think for themselves. And so the recording also reportedly includes an admission by Bally that he shows up to work high from marijuana edibles. He also reported the behavior in January 2025 to his supervisor, and within about 20 days, he was terminated. Now, the lawsuit claims the termination was retaliation. You think? So here's what I know. Campbell Soup Company issued a statement saying if these comments were valid, they are unacceptable. They do not reflect the company's values, and that Bally is on temporary leave pending an investigation. But here's a bigger question. Was what Bally said right? Is it bioengineered meat? Is it 3D printed meat? Do you not care about the poor people that eat your food? I just thought that y'all needed to know that. Y'all do with it what you will, okay?
So if this chicken ain't chicken, what is it? So the chicken in the chicken noodle soup was fake. 3D the whole time? I was a former employee at the Campbell Soup Company, whatever. Is coming out trying to expose the big company. Not only that though, y'all, they said that he got hour-long video and recording of the vice president ranting, talking shit, but actually taking shots at his own company product and taking shots at some of the employees, even the customers. He's saying that the product, the food is made for homeless people. Nah, y'all, listen to this.
Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
The VP, Martin Bally, allegedly he said that the chicken is bioengineered meat. He don't want no food that come out of a 3D printer. Basically, they don't give a fuck. They know that y'all gonna buy it. So all them little diced up little chickens that be in the can, that shit fake. See, I been stopped eating that. Just didn't understand like the broth water. I always thought that shit was like mop water. So if this shit is fake chicken, so what is the water? What is the soup? Like, what's the seasoning? Like, oh, come on, man. My thing is, we gotta stop eating all this processed food. Well, I don't really like that, but that little packaged food, the rice and chicken and the pasta, I don't eat none of that chicken. I'd be like, this ain't chicken. I be knowing. Y'all be knowing? Because ain't that many goddamn chickens right here around on these corners. And cows. And farms.
The Campbell Soup VP was recorded saying crazy things about the company. He literally was saying that only poor people buy that soup, and he doesn't eat it because it's nasty. He also said that there's bioengineered meat in it, like 3D printed meat inside the soup, and said that it's not healthy. And it really just is so amazing to see all of this happen because it's like, oh, well, you're just giving the consumer a reason to not buy your product because you actually don't even believe in your product. Yeah, you're the VP for this company, but like actually you are telling the public pretty much that the soup is poison. And obviously he probably didn't know he was being recorded, you know? But either way, that's how you genuinely feel about Campbell Soup as the VP of the company. And then knowing that and knowing it's not healthy and knowing that the meat is engineered in a lab and 3D printed, but then to still like be the VP of the company, it's like you're just the VP because you want the money, but you don't actually care how it affects people, how it's unhealthy for people, and then literally was calling the consumer of Campbell Soup poor. He was like, I don't buy our product because it's for poor people, pretty much is what he was saying. And it's like, oh, so you don't believe in your own product for your company, and you think that it's unhealthy, and you think that it's kind of toxic because there's 3D printed meat in it, and you also don't buy it because you believe that it's just for poor people, who then you're basically saying don't deserve to have anything healthy because they're poor. And so you don't care how the company is actually affecting anyone's health. Because again, your company and your product is meant for poor people. Like, do you see how that's all realistically the craziest thing ever? Like, that's actually insane. And so obviously something's probably going to happen from this. But my thing is that just proves that maybe people don't need to be eating your product. Like, and that's just going to be bad for your company.
Hey, in case you missed it, if you buy Campbell Soup, you're poor. Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and it's not me saying it, okay? It's the VP of Campbell's. He said that they make shit for poor people, okay? That's who buys their product, is poor people. I wasn't aware of that. Now I am. I wanted to make sure that you're aware of that, okay? But he also went on to say that he does not consume their product because it's made with bioengineered meat. Yeah. I believe his quote was, I don't want to eat a piece of fucking 3D printed chicken. Oh, well, me either, okay? The difference there is that he knew that they were using bioengineered meat. And we, the poor people who were buying the product because we've been told that it's a good, healthy product for, I don't know, decades, we didn't know that, which means that there was no like informed consent. I did not consent to eating bioengineered chicken. I don't know about you. But also I know for a fact that I am not the only person on this app that has seen those videos going around of people trying to prepare chicken just at their house. And it's like a weird color and it's stringy and it's falling apart and like you can rip it apart with your hands. There was one girl whose chicken was so stringy, she said it had folds like a book, which was pretty funny, but also very gross. So in case you missed the memo, yeah, the VP of Campbell's did get caught on a hot mic going on a rant, calling people poor and admitting that they're using bioengineered meat. So do with that information what you will, but I will not be buying Campbell's again anytime soon.
Hey, what's up, America? The Campbell's Soup Company polluted Lake Erie more than 5,000 times. Oh yes, that's what a major lawsuit is accusing Campbell's Soup of doing. So apparently Campbell's Soup has a factory on Lake Erie, and they're accused of violating the Clean Water Act more than 5,000 times between 2018 and now. This led to major toxic algae blooms in Lake Erie more than once, and also apparently fish kills. So this apparently came from the Napoleon, Ohio Campbell's Soup plant, and they discharged these chemicals into the Maumee River, which went into Lake Erie. So far, they're accusing Campbell's of dumping phosphorus, ammonia, and E. coli bacteria, as well as oil, grease, suspended solids, and other harmful pollutants into the water. Now, this is a giant algae bloom that's on Lake Erie. This was caused by Campbell's Soup dumping toxic chemicals into the water. This algae bloom you're seeing right here is a direct result of pollution from Campbell's Soup Company. Now, this isn't something that needs to be ironed out because Campbell's Soup has already admitted to doing this. So it's not like there's some fact-finding situation that needs to happen. They're saying that this happened on their watch, and they're sorry about it. That's right, Campbell's Soup, gross. What do you think about that? There's the algae bloom coming ashore on Lake Erie. Now, here's just a list of violations between 2017 and 2021. Now, the fucked up thing when it comes to phosphorus, only 15% of the pollution came from Campbell's. There's 85% coming from other companies on the Maumee River. And here's CBOD chemicals, 36% came from Campbell's, while the rest, 64%, were from other companies. So not only did Campbell's pollute the out of a river and Lake Erie, but also apparently a lot of other companies in the area are polluting the fuck out of the water as well. This is why I've said for a long time it's probably a good idea to clean up the land and water and Superfund sites before we worry about carbon in the fuck atmosphere, because this is fucking gross.
So y'all see why I never don't be in New York? I don't ever be in New York. Allegedly, a lawsuit is out for the person that owns Campbell's. He himself said that he would not be eating this because whatever is in the can, it is bioengineered meat. So basically, they're just not people here in America. You're already poisoning the water. You're poisoning the food. I'm telling you, this place is such a trash site. I cannot, like, it's terrible. This is insane. Y'all better be careful of what you eat and put in your system. Me, it's giving move back to the Caribbean.
See, this is the type of stuff that I want the government to step in and shut it the hell down. But instead, it's the same old song. A small fine and just swept under the rug. Play the clip.
I'm Ty Steele. I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
It's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe. Reporting allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant. Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the Can Soup Company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family, here at Campbell's, come work for us, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's that says, quote, if accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this.
A bioengineered 3D printer meat? What the hell? And don't forget the high sodium content. Jeez, I swear the things that these companies are putting into our food should be illegal. And then again, it's illegal in every other country except ours. When the company's executives won't even eat their own products, that tells you everything. These companies put all this crap in the food and push it onto the public for profit, and then turn around and punish anybody who tries to tell the damn truth. Make America healthy again. God. Remember, folks, for more mean tweet commentary, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Find me on X and Facebook, it's CraigLong45, and I'm on Instagram, official CraigLong45.
So you guys hear that audio of the Campbell's VP talking about how their food was crap and how only poor people eat it, and it's got bioengineered meat, and he said he wouldn't want to eat meat that was 3D printed or whatever like that? If you think that he's a sim case of these companies, he's not. Capitalism does not breed innovation. Capitalism breeds greed and profit. They do not care if they feed you poison. As a matter of fact, if feeding you poison will save them 1 penny, they will feed you poison. Because capitalism puts people who are psychopaths in charge. Because in order to become in charge, you have to be the greediest, most willing to stab other people in the back you could possibly be to become a CEO. That's the whole game. Like, they even make up phrases about it, like, it's just business. If you think about the phrase, it's just business, what that means is, I'm about to totally screw you over, and you should forgive me because it's just about my personal greed and profit.
Welcome back to the channel. I do hope that from wherever you, my lovelies, are watching this from, you are doing all right. I do pray and hope that God has protected you and preserved you very well. Thank you so much to all of you that support me on here, that stick around with your compliments, kind words. Thank you. And definitely my members, they do me amazing. So I just want to say thank you so very much, you guys. Yeah, and I want us to already have a conversation. Let us start cooking in the comment section, because this is crazy. From the Americans that I've already spoken to, Campbell is such a big thing. Literally, what out of 10 families, or let's say like 10 out of 10 families, you literally find something like 6 or let's say 7 people consuming these products. Yeah. And it's so crazy that this is exactly what these people keep feeding you, right? You have seen already from some of the comments, I probably haven't displayed, but from what I read in the comment section, people are talking about those that are in Canada. They are like, this is not what we are eating. We are actually eating something totally different. And the US is just a disgusting place to be. And I'm just gonna put it out there. The way it literally poisons and allows stuff to be on the shelves and be consumed by people. It literally prioritizes these huge corporations and making money more than the lives of their people, and that is so disgusting and really concerning and disturbing, to be honest. Me personally, in my opinion, those people that be selling these things, to be honest, my Africanness is telling me they should sit and eat those same products that they are selling to the people. If they don't even have confidence in the food they are selling, to an extent they're like, oh, it is being sold to poor people, and you know, they're literally exposing all these things, right? Well, we need to close these whatevers first of all, for others to learn, which I know US doesn't have the backbone to do so anyway. It's just a barking dog, but it's just don't buy, to be honest. But these people, before closing that, in my opinion, they need to sit and eat this for about 20 years. They eat the same thing they've been producing. I think that's the African in me, because growing up, we learned cooking at a very young age. At 7, I had already started cooking. Yeah, so I don't need no lessons right now. I am so proud of my cooking. Even if I am a very terrible eater, by the way, I have a very little appetite. Okay, but I love cooking for others so very, very much, yeah. But I remember as a young girl, learning to cook. Your parents would dare you to cook something that has something that is probably you've kind of non-balanced the spices. Let that food have a lot of salt. Let that juice have so much sugar in there when it's not the very right portion. Like, we learned how to put the right portions as kids. And if at all that salt one day slips and the portion is too much or is less, they would sit you in the corner right there and give you everything you cooked, and they'd be like, yeah, the reason as to why you oversalted it is because you probably loved to eat it by yourself. Now eat it. You know that movie of that had Matilda? You love cake, you want a cake, now whatever. And I think the teacher was like, now you got it, now eat it. Yes, that is so African. Next time, you're gonna be on your, you're gonna make sure you put the right portions. So that's how I feel. I feel like these people need to eat this. Exactly, because what do you mean? A country that is so-called first world, and this is what you're feeding your people? Yeah. And to be honest, I feel like there's just so much that is not even disclosed with what you guys eat. Makes a lot of sense why kids have mature sicknesses nowadays. I'm sorry if you don't understand what mature sicknesses are. For example, it is diabolical for a kid to have diabetes. Like, it is diabolical. It is unheard of. Especially from where I come from, a kid to have diabetes. Like, what? What? And I'm not saying they are not there, but it's just little. Some of your foods are literally banned from the rest of the world. Uganda banned the so-called genetically whatever modified stuff foods. Well, when that man Bill G made sure that he tampered and destroyed everything in your country, he decided to take the same thing outside. The rest of the world is more healthier than the US. And you guys are seated and you're not doing anything? What? Like, what? American people are really helpless than they think they are. Yes, they might have a voice. Yes, they might talk. But I wonder if these voices really bring effect. Because looks like the owners of these huge corporations and the leaders that you have really don't care about you. America is one of the sickest country on the globe because of how people are fed. For you to eat fast foods over here, it's very expensive. Very, very expensive. And I love the fact that it is expensive because a poor person can eat healthy. They can grow their own food. And I think it is time for you guys to already now start growing your own foods. It is time for you to stop putting trust in these big, huge corporations because all they care for is money. Rightly so for the people that are already trashing these whatevers, these foods. And I feel like even if these people come out and they say something or whatever, do not believe them. That one needs to be closed for good. For good, the government needs to come out and close it for good. That is what happens over here. These people care so much. I've had policies where your restaurant has infestation, bad hygiene, and all of that. They will close it. But they can't close these people that supply poison to the people. Like, they just have so much misplaced priorities because anyway, I'm grateful to be coming from a continent that is so very protective of the people. We might people outside of us might think we don't have so much. We have so much. We have humanity. It reigns over here, over money, over anything else. I understand that there's a lot that needs to be fixed, but when it comes to the food that goes on the plate of the people, of the kids, and all of that, that needs to be taken serious. Like, seriously. Anywho, those are the reactions of the people, and that's the backlash that is coming to that corporation. Rightly so, mind you. This happened in January. Where we at? Yeah. Oh, one thing that I had forgotten. God is using these situations to literally expose to you guys. If your government is not going to save you, the Most High will. Because when this man was saying what he was saying, yeah, he didn't know. But I think it's quite a lot of foods that are literally like, yeah, you saw the KFC adverts. And I think it quite makes a lot of sense when you go and buy those chickens. I've spoken to some Americans and they're like, chicken nowadays smells odd, weird, extremely weird. They don't understand it. Well, you're gonna have to be extremely careful. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. May God watch over you and protect you. I do love you so very much. And just be extremely careful, okay? Share this with your family, your loved ones. Let it, go to those that need to really see what Campbell has been doing to the people and what they think about you that put the money in their pockets. I'll see you guys later. My name is Gracie. Bye.